Hello, welcome to our lockdown yoga session. Are you okay? So a nice stretchy one for the legs today. Many of us have been spending long periods of time sat at our computers over lockdown working from home, but also many of us have had more time to go out for long walks or to go out jogging or to go running. So today's session is a nice one to do to release tension and to stretch out tired, achy legs. It's pretty gentle practice today, but still practice with care. Listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Modify with a child's pose instead. Props. Maybe a belt if you've got one, and maybe some wall space, but not essential. We can improvise if you haven't got that. Okay, let's get started. We're going to start this morning in Shavasana, in a supine position. So, to a nice comfortable position and close your eyes. A few moments to settle into our yoga practice this morning. Taking a little scan through the body from tips of toes to the crown of the head. Seeing what's going on with your body today. Notice how you're feeling, particularly in the legs. Take your focus to your breath. Taking nasal breathing, we're breathing in and out through our noses. One more breath here. And then taking a full body stretch. And next time you breathe in, keep the arms up overhead, point the toes. Really stretch out, let the energy come into the body. And we're going to take knee to chest pose. So bring your right knee in towards your chest and interlace the fingers on top of the shin. Draw the knee up, draw the knee down. Keep the upper body nice and relaxed, the left leg long. Take it into a yin twist now. So left hand guides this right leg all the way across the body, laying on your left side, and stretch up and over with your right hand, stretching from left leg to right hand, stretch it out. Okay, and release the twist, come onto your back. Take hold of the back of the right leg as we take toe to sky. So straightening that leg, maybe giving the hamstrings a bit of a rub to wake them up this morning. Okay, let's release to a semi-supine position, eye of the needle pose. Right foot, left thigh. Let's encourage that right knee out to the side. Keep this pose here, or bring your left knee in towards the chest. Holding onto the back of the thigh if you can reach, don't worry if not. Keep the upper body nice and relaxed. So if your left foot's off the floor, we're going to straighten that left leg now. Okay, and release. Come back down to this supine position. We'll take those 4 moves then with our left leg, starting with knee to chest pose. So draw that knee up, draw it down. Fingers interlaced on top of the shin. One more breath here. Let's take it into our twist. Right hand draws that left knee all the way across the body. Reach up with your left hand, point your right toes, stretch it out. Okay, let's release it onto our back, take toe to sky pose. maybe get the hamstrings up. Okay, let's release, semi-supine position then. Eye at the needle pose, so left foot, right thigh, take that knee out to the side. Keep it low or draw that right knee in towards your chest. Maybe holding on to the back of that thigh. Let's straighten the leg. Okay, and release. A little quad stretch now. I think we do this on our side. So if you can just roll over onto one side, it doesn't matter which leg you do first. Popping up on your elbow there, nice strong straight line. So if you grab hold of your foot then and draw it in towards your bottom, keeping the knees together. You should feel a nice stretch now on one of your quads. One more breath. And switch sides. So then on your other side then, draw that foot towards your bottom, keeping the knees next to each other. And stretch. Okay, and release. So coming to all fours now, just set a nice, easy all fours position. I've got lots of padding today, I've hurt my knee. So we're going to start here with hip rotation. So nice and soft in the middle, arms can be nice and soft, and just simply circling the hips, lovely big circles so you can move as much of your body with this. And let's take these hip circles the other way. And then come into the centre to set your tabletop pose. Knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. Apply your hand lock to your claw fingers and locking out your elbows. Sunbird pose. We're going to take the right leg back. So push into the ball of the foot here and suck the thigh muscle up to the thigh bone. Really get a lovely stretch on the back of that right leg. Draw up pelvic floor, pull your belly button towards the spine. And let's take left hand forward. We're gazing towards the thigh. Just pausing here, stretch out the back of that leg. Now I'm going to lift right leg. So you've come into the balance, but point the toes this time so you feel a nice stretch on the muscle on top of your shin. Stretch it out. And maybe do some ankle rotations here. Oh, tricky ankles. Okay, let's release it to all fours. We're just going to take this right leg out to the side. If you sort of just apply a gentle pressure here, you should feel a nice stretch on your inner thigh muscle. I think this feels quite nice, this stretch. Pause for one more breath. And then release. Let's reset our tabletop position then, and we'll take that opposite side. So left leg comes back, we're pushing into the ball of the foot, really stretching out the back of that left leg. Apply these internal locks and take your right hand forward, gazing towards your thigh. One more breath here. And now let's lift that left leg, pointing the toes this time. So really stretching from fingertips to opposite toes. You're pushing into the mat as well with this left hand, so you're lifting your chest away from the mat. And before we release, let's do a few ankle rotations. Okay, release it back to your tabletop. Taking that left leg out to the side, just pushing into the foot, get a nice stretch on that inner thigh. And release. Okay, downward facing dog. So from your tabletop position, let's turn the toes, take the bottom up, take it down. Soften the knees, push into the mat with your hands, get your chest closer to your thighs, and let's walk it out. So pedaling the heels up and down, one leg straightens, the other leg bends, neck is soft. Bend both legs together this time, so quite a generous bend. Stand on the balls of your feet, push chest close to the thighs, and then sink heels down. Let's take that a couple more times. So it's a bend of the legs, push into the mat with the hands, move your chest closer to thighs, and then push your heels down to the mat. One more time, bend, push, sink heels down. And let's just pause here, keeping neck soft. Keep shoulders away from the ears. Enjoy the stretch. Hold it for 3 more breaths. For 2. For 1. Okay, let's start walking it out again. This time we're going to walk the feet all the way to the hands. We're taking dangling pose. We'll start by taking hold of the elbows in front of the body. So neck soft. Seeing as many muscles as possible, keeping the legs nice and soft as well. And then we're going to adjust where the arms are. So we're going to hold onto the elbows behind the back of the legs. Keep the neck soft. You're just drawing your chest a little bit closer towards your thighs. You might even want to start pushing the backs of your knees into the arms. Start to increase this stretch. See how you feel. Take 2 more breaths. Ooh. And release. Take your hands to your hips. Engage your core. Use your next in-breath to come up. And then when you get to the top, let's walk out. Nice exaggerated walking on the spot. Okay, so we're going to come back down into forward fold. And we're going to walk out the forward fold. So either releasing hands to shins or to mat. So feet hip distance may be a smidge wider if you're quite tight in the muscles in the back of your legs. So hands to hips. Take a breath in to lengthen through the arm. And on an out breath, keep that length as you hinge forwards. Release your fingertips to the mat or take your hands to your shins. And let's walk it out. So you're pedaling the heels up and down, just like we were when we were stood up. Swaying the hips from side to side. One bends, the other one straightens. Bend the left one more time, bend the right one more time. And take your hands to your hips again. Use your in-breath to come up. And release. You show your rotations. Okay, so coming back down, another forward fold. So, hands to hips. Breath in to lengthen again. Breath out to come forward. Again, taking hands to shins, hands to mat. Flowing from forward fold into half forward fold with breath. So next time you breathe in, push into your shins or to the mat. As you lengthen the spine, look forwards. And as you breathe out, fold forwards into full forward fold. How does that feel? Let's keep going. So breathing in, lengthening, lifting chest, looking forward. Keep shoulders away from ears. And breathing. This feels good. We're going to take it 2 more times. So breathing in, half forward fold. And breathing out, release. Let's take that just 1 more time. Breathing in. Oh, breathing out. Let's hold our forward fold. So catch hold of the outside edge of ankles. Pull your chest a little bit closer towards your thighs. Keep pushing away from you with the backs of the knees. Sitting bones go high, crown of head falls low. Again, keeping shoulders away from the ears. 2 more breaths. One more breath. Okay, let's take hands to hips. Engage the core, use your in-breath to come up. Oh, and maybe walk it out the top. How are we feeling? So, Warrior 1 pose into Warrior 2. You come towards the top of your mats. Mountain pose, so feet at hip distance, apply your foot up. Engage the muscles of your legs, engage the core. We're going to step back with the left leg first. Lovely big step back. Back foot, either 45-degree angle. If that's not suiting ankle, knee, hip, come into like a high crescent lunge position where you're on the ball of the foot. So just see which is kinder for you today, which is feeling better. Nice deep bend in this right leg, so sink in the hips low. Push both feet into the mat, really push the mat away with your feet. Engage the muscles of your legs. It's all about the legs today, so it doesn't really matter what arm position we're taking. I'm going to take one where I hold on to my elbows and take the arms back alongside the ears. I think that feels nice. Or you can extend fingers up, you can take hands out to the side, whatever's feeling good. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Can you sink the hips a bit more? Can you straighten that back leg a little bit more? Bend the front leg even more. Okay. So if you were in that high crescent lunge position, so on the ball of your back foot, just adjust now so it's at a 45-degree angle, because we're going to flow from here into Warrior 2. So planting both feet onto the mat, upper body turns a quarter of a turn to the left. Sink the hips some more. Let's take the arms out to the side, shoulder height. Just going to turn the palms to face towards the ceiling, so you feel your shoulders rolling back, your shoulder blades coming down your back. Keep the shoulders there as you turn the palms back to face towards the floor. Sink the hips even more. Turn to face the right hand and just have a little glance down towards your right knee. Check it's not rolling in or flopping out. It's above the ankle, kind of. Sinking a bit more, stretching the hands out. Pause here for 3, for 2, for 1. Release the hands. We're going to take one big step or a few steps. Shuffles back to the top of the mat. We're going to take that opposite side, so just Warrior 1 pose into Warrior 2. So set your mountain pose. Let's step back, right foot this time. Back foot at 45-degree angle unless you need to modify. Sink the hips, legs are strong. Taking hold of the elbows, taking the arms back. So you can keep it here or extend the arms up towards the ceiling. A lift of the chest, a lift of the gaze. And feel strong. Pelvic floor, draw this belly button back towards the spine. Notice how your legs are feeling. Pretty strong on the legs, this. Okay, keeping the legs as they are. Upper body turns a quarter of a turn to the right. Maybe sink a bit lower. Take the arms out to the side, so we start with the palms facing up. Shoulders come back, shoulder blades go down the back. Keep them there, adjust the hands, and then take your gaze to middle finger, left hand. Warrior 2 pose. In and out through the nose. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Nice. Release the hands. Take a nice big step to the top of the mat and maybe walk it out. Okay, triangle pose into pyramid pose this time. So if you turn long ways on your mat, take your feet wider than your shoulders, but not maximum width. Engage the muscles of your legs, engage the core. We did what we did in Warrior 2 actually. So if you take the arms outside, palms up, set the shoulders, and then adjust so palms are down. Turn right foot towards short edge. Turning to face middle finger, right hand. Let's take a breath in to prepare. And then we're going to reach out as far to the right side as we can. Release that right hand down on the inside of right leg as you take your left hand up towards the ceiling. So gazing up towards that raised hand, unless your neck doesn't like it, you may be wanting to look forwards. And then think about lengthening from armpit to hip. Really focus on the legs. Really suck these thigh muscles back to your thigh bones. Really push your feet into the mat. Feel strong, feel steady. Enjoy the stretch. Probably one for strengthening your ankles. And one more breath here, triangle pose. And then coming on up, keep the legs as they are. Let's take hands to hips. We're going to flow into pyramid pose. So we're turning body towards the right. So now toes, knees and hips pointing forward. Feet hip distance. We'll take the version with the hands on the hips today. So let's take a breath in, lengthen through the upper body. And as you breathe out, fold forward. Keep the back of the hips level. Keep the spine long, stretching from tailbone to crown of head. Sucking these thigh muscles back to the thigh bones. Snapping your belly button towards the spine. See how this stretch fits. A lovely one for the legs. In for 3 breaths. For 2. For 1. Breathe in to come up. Let's turn back to face the side of our mats. Triangle pose, pyramid pose, left side. Get the arms out to the side, palms up. Set the shoulders. Turn the palms to face down, adjust your left foot. So it's now pointing towards short edge of the mat. Into face left hand. Let's take a breath in to prepare. And then reach out to the side. Lower your left hand, raise your right, looking up towards that thumb. Lengthening of the torso. Pushing your feet into the mat. And for a couple more breaths. Then use your exhaling breath to come up. Take your hands to your hips. Let's turn to face your left foot then. Toes, knees, hips facing forward. Breath in to lengthen and prepare. Breath out to fold forward. Keeping these hips level. Spine's long. So kind of gazing towards the top of your mat or maybe the big toe left foot. Keeping the muscles of your neck engaged. One more breath here. And use your next in-breath to come up. Oh. And step to the top of your mat. How are you feeling? So from the top of our mats then, back into mountain pose. We're coming into a forward fold and then taking a low lunge and coming into a bit of a sequence. Any knee issues, like me today, you may need padding. So grab a blanket or a cushion. Okay, mountain pose. Let's take the hands to the hips. Use your next in-breath to lengthen. As you breathe out, fold forwards. And soften the knees enough so you can take your hands down to the mat. We're stepping back left leg to arrive in a low lunge position. We're pausing here. So fingertips lined up with top of your big toe. Back leg straight, really sink those hips. Push the ball of the foot into the mat, push the back heel away. Nice stretch. Spine's long, neck's long. We're going to come from here, from our low lunge, into a runner's lunge with our breath. If you want to, you can come onto fingertips for this. It helps just create a little bit more space. So next time you breathe in, straighten front leg as you rock back. And as you breathe out, reset that low lunge. You can take that a few more times. So breathing in. It's quite nice. Let's take it again. Now, one more time with breath. So breath in, your runner's lunge. Breath out, back to your low lunge. We're going to take back knee down to the mat. Just resting on the top of your foot. So from here, just make the hips a bit lower, we're coming into a runner's stretch. So again, you can be on fingertips. I'm just simply going to rock back. So you're resting on the heel, drawing your toes back towards your shins. How's that feeling? A couple more breaths. Ooh. And then come forwards. Lizard pose, we worked on this a few weeks ago, so we're just going to change position of right foot and right hand. So if you shuffle your right foot to the edge of the mat and bring your hand on the inside, keep your back knee down. So we're going to take a twist. Next in breath, left hand goes up. And how that feels. And release. Twist in the other way. So next in breath, right hand goes up. Okay, so you have the option to keep it here, or option to incorporate a quad stretch. If you're taking the quad stretch, and be careful of knees, so bend at that left leg, right hand takes hold, and gently draw that foot towards your bottom. How is that feeling? Quite strong, but quite nice. Hold it for a couple more breaths wherever you are. You're holding your foot, release with care. Bring that hand back down. And we're going to swap feet and hands again. So take the hand to the outside of your right foot. We're coming into pigeon pose. So shuffle your right foot over to your left hand. Drop that right knee towards your right hand. And if your right knee sort of collapsed over onto your right bum cheek, use your hands to level off your hips. Maybe come onto your fingertips, sink the hips lower, lift the chest, lift the gaze. How's that feeling on your right hip, on your right leg? So here for a couple more breaths, lots of different variations of this pose. We're just sticking with this one today. We're going to come from here into a downward facing dog. So grounding the hands into the mat. Let's turn the toes of the back foot. One big step back to downward facing dog. Let's walk it out. Pull the heels up and down. And then we're going to walk the feet all the way to the hands. And take a dangling pose here. So we've done two versions of this today. Either the version with the hands in front of the legs, or if you prefer, you can take them to the back of the legs. Okay, engage your core. Let's take the hands to the hips. Use your next in-breath to come up. Walk it out the top. Are we feeling okay? So we're going to take that sequence left leg. So hands to hips then. We're coming down forward fold to begin with. So it's a breath in to lengthen. Breath out to hinge forward at the hips. Let's release the hands to the mat. It's a big step back with right leg to set your low lunge. Pushing into your hands, pushing into your feet. Back leg strong and straight. So here for a couple of breaths, spine's long. Keeping your focus with your breath, we're going to connect this with our breath into a runner's lunge. So next time you breathe in, straighten left And as you breathe out, come back down to this low lunge position. We're taking that 3 more times. Breathing in, runner's lunge. Breathing out, low lunge. Breathing in to straighten left leg. Out to bend. And one more time. And release. Back to this low lunge. We're going to take right knee down towards the mat, resting on the top of the foot. Sink in the hips. So either keeping hands grounded into mat or come into fingertips again. We're going to rock back into a runner's stretch. Sending the hips back. Flexing left foot. Quite a nice stretch actually for the back and shoulders as well, this one. We're doing for 3 breaths. For 2. For 1. Let's rock that back forwards. We're coming into our lizard pose with the optional quad stretch. So swapping left hand, left foot. So your left hand's on the inside of the foot now. Sink the hips low, so the right knee still in contact with the mat. We're taking a twist, so next in breath you're taking right hand high. Push against that left hand, so reach up even further with the right. And release. Let's take twist opposite side. Breathing in, reaching up with that left hand. So option to keep it here, or option to bring that right foot towards the bottom. Left hand takes hold of right foot and gently encourage that lovely stretch on the front of your right thigh. One more breath. Release with care. Swap hands and feet back round again on the left side. And we are going to come into pigeon pose. So you're shuffling that left foot over towards your right hand, relaxing that knee out to the side. Stretching back even more with that right leg and using your hands to level off your hips. A lift of the chest and lift of the gaze. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Sink the hips a little bit lower. A nice stretch actually. 2 more breaths. And then ground the hands onto the mat. We're coming into downward facing dog. So turn the toes back for 1 big push back. And let's walk it down. Okay, so we are coming now to lay on our backs. If you've got a belt, you can grab it now. It doesn't matter if you haven't. So come down, supine position. Bring the right knee towards the chest. So if you're using your belt, pop it over the bottom of the foot. If you're not, perhaps start just by holding on to the back of the knee. So drawing the knee up, drawing the knee down. And come into this upside down lunge position. Paying attention to the angle of your thigh bone here. You want to try and keep that angle for as long as you can. As you start to straighten that right leg now. So you've come into this really lovely hamstring stretch. A little bit deeper than we did for the warm-up, so you want to have the feet flexed. You're pulling the toes back towards the shins. If you haven't got a belt, you may want to hold on to the big toe here, maybe the calf. Shoulders press down to the mat, spines long, chin towards the chest. And you're keeping your left hand on your left hip. We're going to take our right leg out to the side now. So keep left hip in contact with the mat and left shoulder. As you slowly take this leg out to the side, how is that feeling? Keeping the feet flexed.
Try to avoid sort of rolling over to the right side. You want to keep left side of the body down. One more breath. So you can next in-breath to come up. If you're using the strap, left hand takes hold. If not, it's just your left hand takes hold of your leg. And you take your right hand to your hip. And this right leg is coming across the body. You don't want to come all the way like we did in our yin twist. Just take it across the body enough to start to feel a nice stretch on the outer thigh. And release. Remove your belt. Come down to your supine position. Does your right leg feel longer than your left now? So I'm going to do those 3 moves then. Left leg. So drop your left knee in towards chest and either holding onto the back of the leg or belt on bottom of foot. Let's start with this upside down lunge. So setting your thigh bone into position. And keeping it that angle for as long as you can. Let's straighten that left leg. Feet are flexed. One more breath. Let's take the left leg out, just nice and slow and controlled. Keep your right side of body in contact with mat. Oh, I've got a settee in the way, so I'll rest my foot on the settee. Okay, and release. So take your foot, your leg, your belt into your right hand now, left hand on hip, and just draw that leg across the body just a little bit. It's not a twist, it's more about what's going on with the leg. And feet flexed. One more breath. And release. You can ditch your strap now. Let's take a full body stretch. We're closing with legs up the wall pose if you've got wall space. I haven't got any wall space in this room, so it's either that or waterfall pose. So if you're using a wall, if you come next to your wall as close as you can, sideways on, and then you sort of swing round and raise your legs up the wall. If, like me, there's no wall involved, waterfall pose, so we're going to take knees towards the chest and just float the feet up towards. Oh, lovely thing to do if you've got tired legs. If you've tightened hamstrings, you can, and you haven't got a wall, you can always support backs of legs here. But try and let the upper body relax. Shoulders relaxed away from you. And you can stay here if you like, legs up the wall or waterfall pose. I'm coming out now. That's the end of our session today. Thank you very much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you online again soon, and maybe even see you in a studio soon. You never know. Bye bye then. Have a nice day. Thank you.